Hi everybody, this is Linda from Linda's Reborn Nursery. I'm just coming on today because I haven't made a video in a while. Just wanted to kind of say hello and show you another one of my beautiful babies. This little baby though has kind of been a comedy of errors. She's had so many problems that I've had to fix. She started out as the Adri Stoat kit, or Adri Stoetti, or however you pronounce it. She's the Eden kit, and I got her back in, quite a few years ago, when she first came out. And when I got the kit, I noticed that the arms were very shiny. The vinyl was very shiny. Her face is not shiny. Her legs are not shiny at all. They might look it on the camera, but they're not. Maybe a little bit on the bottoms of her feet, but that's it. But her arms were shiny when I got her before I did anything to her. The vinyl is kind of it's an older vinyl because this was back in, 2008, 2009, something like that. So anyway, it's kind of a harder vinyl. It wasn't as easy to root as a lot of the vinyls we have now. But anyway, so I complained about the kit to the person I got it from, to the company I got it from, and they said that they were all like that, and that's the way they were, and that Willow wants to say hello. Hi, Willow. Okay, now let Mommy do this. Anyway, they said that's the way the vinyl was, and all the kits were the same, and that's it, which was very disheartening because even back then, these kits were very expensive. Even back in 2008, 2009, the Adri Stoat kits were $109, I believe. So I was kind of discouraged, but I really loved that little face, so I didn't want to send it back. So anyway, I reborned her. Originally, she had blonde hair. And then I decided I didn't like that and I wanted darker hair. So I took her apart and rerooted her. So she's not perfect. And then this hair that I got is, well, it looked like beautiful mohair when I got it. I rooted her with it and I have problems with it. I got curly mohair. Well, when I got it, that's what I ordered. When I got it, it looked kinky, not curly. So I rooted her with it, and I cut it in a baby cut. And if you keep it wet and keep something in it, yes, it's curly. You can see some curls there. But as it dries, it just looks frizzy. It doesn't look curly. I don't know, but I will never order that curly mohair again. So anyway, that's another one of her problems. Another problem she has is over time, now this baby I did like 4 or 5 years ago, and I tried Genesis paints for about $15 or $20. I painted, 15 or 20 reborns that I did at that time. I tried the Genesis paints, and I liked the Genesis paints. However, the more I baked the kits, the more my asthma kept acting up. I opened the oven to take the dolls out. Within a few minutes, my asthma would act up. And so I decided there was no way that this was safe for me. So I have stopped using the Genesis paints. I haven't used them since. Since then, I have tried several different air dry paints, and I enjoyed them all. They all were good paints, and the paints that I'm currently using are the Art and Magic paints, and I just love them. They're made for the vinyl, so they adhere to the vinyl, and they are as permanent as Genesis, as long as you allow them the correct drying and curing time. And I can't stress that enough, but they are permanent, and they don't wash or rub off. But anyway, I did this little girl with the Genesis paints, which, I was happy with. I wished I had put something on her arms. I don't like the Genesis matte stuff that you put on and it makes a skin texture. I don't like my babies to be rough. I like them to be smooth. So I think that's why I never did her arms with anything. But I'm going to have to look into some sort of a air dry matte varnish that will take this shine away, because I really don't like it. It really detracts from her kit. The other thing, she has been in my doll room, being either displayed or stored in, when I store them in the plastic tubs. When I took her out last December, when I redid her hair, I noticed, as I was looking at her, that parts of her vinyl have turned like a light, almost brownish, orangey color, right there on her thumb and her first finger, and also on this thumb and the first finger there. And why that has happened, I do not know, because like I said, she was done with Genesis paints. And this is something else that I wanted to talk about. You know, this art started out of people's homes. The first person that ever reborned a doll, it was a La Baby from Behringer, and they put a little makeup on it and put a wig on it and dressed it in baby's clothes, and up on eBay it went. And that's how this art started. And it started about 13 years ago. And over the years, the art has changed from using just makeup to using paints, and on and on and on. Different kinds of paints. People also use the, what did they call it? Stencil creams for a long time. I even used those. So, you know, this art has evolved and changed, and we've learned different techniques and more paints and everything. And that was something else I wanted to touch on, that you can't pick up a reborn from several years ago and say, oh, well, that's not the way it's done. That's not how you're supposed to do it. Because there are no hard and fast rules with reborns, because it started with women just taking dolls and experimenting and trying all kinds of different things, and, you know, and it evolved from there. So again, it's hard to look at a reborn and say, well, this isn't how you do it, because there are no hard and fast rules. People just tried things, and whatever worked, they went with. And so, anyway, that was something I wanted to say. And again, as these reborns grow older, we don't know what's going to be happening with them. We don't know how they're going to last. We don't know how long they're going to last. We don't know what paints are the best, which ones are going to last the longest or do the best. And so it's all a trial and error game. And unfortunately, sometimes things are not going to stay perfect, such as in this doll that I painted myself, and she was beautiful. She still is, I believe, a beautiful baby. I just love her. But she has her flaws, like the dark changes on her fingers. I don't know what it's from. Could have been from baking the vinyl, or it could have been from something else. My dolls are kept out of the sunshine. They're kept in a room with the curtains drawn. My doll room has a window shade, and it is drawn when I'm not in there. So they're not exposed to a lot of daylight or sunlight. So again, who knows what caused that. So just a little thought. Just kind of rambling. I just wanted to touch on a few things that I think people kind of go a little overboard on. But anyway, she's a beautiful baby. She really is. Oh, and another thing I wanted to say, like My Sweet Pea 79, I think is the name, I love that cluster stuff. The cluster fluff. It is so awesome in these dolls. They're still, you can get the body to feel like it is full, like it's not empty, but they're still very, very floppy and posable, and I love my babies to be floppy, because my favorite babies are the newborns, and newborns are floppy. They're not stiff, especially when they're asleep, and that's my other favorite. I love sleeping newborn babies. And when they're asleep, they're not stiff. So I like my babies floppy. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. I hope you enjoy my video, and thank you for watching.